Hey, what's going on? I'm going to make some really cool hot dip because it's still cold out, and I think this is going to be kind of a New Year's Eve thing for me. So I started with 12 ounces of soft cream cheese, the whip stuff. I don't usually use it. I usually stick with the block, but I'm going to try this. I think it's going to work out. And what we're going to end up with is this really crazy kind of hot, bubbly, crab meat, fun, tasty dip. You can put it on crackers, just dunk Fritos in it, but you're going to need something kind of firm because it's going to be thick. So like I said, we got that 12 ounce of jiggly cream cheese at room temperature. And just for the fun of it, I got a little package of Borzen cheese. It's kind of a nice additive because it's got good flavor. And what I wanted to do is just kind of cut this with a spatula into the cream cheese. And it comes apart really easy, so not an issue here. It's just going to add some flavor and a little texture. All about that. Now when you make dips like this, always look at the instructions carefully because I don't want them full of, just the binder like cream cheese. I want it mostly all the other stuff for taste. Okay, so what I got here is I got like half a cup of pretty small chopped red onion, and I took a bunch of scallops and just cut the white and semi-green stuff off. So I just got a little bit of happiness going on there. I'm just going to kind of fold this in. Everybody's happy. I know I'm getting really happy smelling it. And someone was asking me about dips yesterday. So I was like, hey, let me tell you. And they were going to do a spinach artichoke dip in the crock pot for a family get together. So that was the conversation. Alright, so now what do I got in here? I got my cream cheese, my Borzen, I got my onion, got my scallions. Now I sure as heck gotta put like 3 cloves of garlic in here. Just kidding. I love garlic. Get this incorporated really good. And now, what am I going to do? Well, first off, I'm going to thin it down because it's going to get really tough to work all this stuff. And you really want about 3 tablespoons of a seed. It was just a little one. I really want about 3 tablespoons of fresh lemon juice. 1, 2, 3. Save the rest. It was a whole lemon, which was pretty good size. And I love the freshness. It's really going to kind of help thin this out so it's easier to mix. And when we cook it, it's just going to be so happy. Alright, so there are all the really simple things we're going to incorporate in here. Like a teaspoon of smoked paprika, just gives a little flavor. I want a tablespoon of Frank's hot sauce, because we're going to frank it up. Those trays, that's about right. Now we're talking. Alright, now we're going to kind of add this durable to not durable. So I'm going to put some spinach in here because I just like to have some color, right? So we have this frozen spinach and I squeezed the heck out of it, so now I'm just going to kind of separate it. Make sure it's all pulled apart. I really did squeeze it because there's literally no water left in it. That's important. Oh, doesn't this look good? You can't see it. I can see it, you can't. Oops, run away. Hey. Spinach is like the hardest thing to put in here. Okay. So I just want to cut through it, make sure everything's happy. Looks good even like this. This would be an interesting spinach dip, but I can't stop there. Got everything really mixed together. Like I said, spinach is like the hardest. So I'm going to spend the most time just making sure this is all good and happy. Alright. Everything looks like it's got some color to it. Now this is kind of an interesting thing. So way back when, and I told you this, when hatch peppers are actually in the store for that 1 or 2 weeks, I buy a lot of them and I roast them. It's real simple. Cover them in olive oil, you know, put them on a baking sheet on tin foil, and just wait for them to blister. It happens pretty quick, so you got to keep an eye on them. Then throw them in a big bowl, put a piece of plastic over, and just let them kind of steam. The skin comes right off. So when you freeze it, it kind of freezes all the liquid in the chilies. So what I have them is I've got them all seeded and veined and skinned, and then wrap them in flat levels, usually in individual packages, so I only had a few. But I knew I was going to make this, and you really need quite a bit. I want a whole cup. I think I went a little crazy. That's okay. So I really want to make sure now that I cut it frozen because it's easier to cut, and put it on a paper towel. I've had to change the paper towel actually, so we're getting that excess water out. And this is what they look like. Okay, it's pretty basic. It was easier to cut frozen, and then I did microwave it a little bit just to get it up to room temperature. And don't worry, it's when it all cooks, it's going to be fine. So let's get that in here. This is where we want to start getting a little gentle, because I'm not trying to make mush out of these chilies. So I just want to get them incorporated. And chilies are really important to the flavoring of this dip. Like I said, they are a little fragile because they have been roasted and frozen. They come out just as good frozen. You can use them for anything from enchiladas to quesadillas to whatever you want. And they are, I mean, you do great in like salsa. Just want to make sure I everything incorporated. Oh yeah. Searching the bottom, looking for anything that's doesn't have any color to it, any cream cheese that didn't get mixed in. Everything, because I took all the time up front, so now I don't have to beat it all up. Now that being said, I'm going to get the spatula cleaned off because I know some cream cheese stuck to that. I'm just going to cut it in a little bit right there. That was my excuse to taste it. So what do I have? I got me 8 ounces of lump crab meat. This stuff is really fragile. So knock that in here, and I'm going to break it down. I'm going to ever so slightly fold it. And if it breaks up a little bit, that's fine because this is pretty good size. I just don't want it to be just strands of crab meat. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm really dying here at this point because it's so good. And remember, those chilies are really important. The lemon juice, making sure you get enough of that in here is really, really important. I'm really keeping the flavors basic. And then the Boursin cheese, whatever flavor you like. I think this was shallots and chives or something. You can use the garden herb or whatever it's called, garlic and herb, garlic and fine herbs, I think is what it is. So I just want to smush it down, kind of flatten it out. And this would be great for any party, as long as you really like them. And it's funny because one of the stores I go to started carrying this new crab meat, and I did try it once previously to make sure, and it's a little bit cheaper. I mean, it's not as cheap as like the generic stuff, but it's really high quality. That's why I said I'm really treating it with kid gloves, because I know that it's going to be just so good. All right, so to get this all cleaned up, what do I got? I got half hour, 350, make it nice and bubbly, and let's see what it looks like. Yeah, I'm pretty ecstatic. All right, we're gonna go half hour, 350, and I'll be back. Perfect 30 minutes, hot out of the oven. It's beautiful, it's got a nice little kind of crust on top. Really hot. Remember, gloves. In fact, I'm going to keep one on so I can dish it up. I want to show you what this is going to look like. Are you ready? Oh yeah. Just a little tease, man. Oh. Everything is perfect. All's good in the neighborhood. Man. So what do you do? That ain't big enough for me. What do you do? Take a corn chip. Grab a little of everything. tempting. Ah. The flavors are so subtle and so perfect. You can still taste the cleanness of the crab meat. I will tell you that this is absolutely what you want. It's not salty, it's not spicy, it's not, I mean, it's just all melded together. You can taste flavors in there. Those hatch chilies are just fabulous. You know, the spinach just gives it a nice texture. I smell a little garlic coming out of the oven, but the garlic is so nicely mixed in there. I mean, true perfection, okay? And I really think that boursin cheese just added a little bit to the texture and flavor. And like I said, it's easy to put together, half hour in a 350 oven, and it's like, boom, chakalaka. Now, thought came up, if you can't get fresh hatch chilies, they do come in a little jar. Just make sure you put them in a strainer and let them sit. They're kind of more minced than chopped. Does that sound right? They're pretty small. They're not like these. So you do want to drain them a little bit. I'm afraid you put them in paper towel, they just stick. But either way, that would be good. You can roast poblanos or Anaheims, whatever your choice is. Anaheims are a little tougher, so I'd probably go, I mean, poblanos are a little tougher, I'd probably go with Anaheims. But they were too, because I've used them long before I was eating hatch chilies. Anyway, awesome wickedness. People that are really in the know really appreciate this. Yeah, you're getting all the salt you need from the chips, and that's it. It's perfect. Anyway, appreciate you. Tell more of your friends and family to subscribe. My numbers need to go up a little bit higher. Anyway, have a great day. I'll be back with something else just as fabuloso. See you later.